Good afternoon, I'm Gareth. I'm just giving some feedback for Viktor Gulenko's typing of myself for Socionics. Before I begin, I want to thank Viktor for doing the service under the most extreme and difficult circumstances possible. What's going on in Ukraine is absolutely horrendous, and especially with crimes that are happening, the bombing of innocent civilians, and that unfortunately has also been the case in Kiev as well, and Viktor is obviously living in Kiev at the moment. I think the last I heard, which was from a few days ago, he was still living there and surviving, and I hope that still remains the case, and it will remain the case hopefully for quite a long time still to come. And hopefully the Ukrainian people will prevail, and that. So yeah, I want to thank him. I think it also demonstrates a lot about his service as well. There is a offer, I believe, going on at the moment. Please use the offer, because it rarely shows his commitment to socionics, but also during one of the most difficult periods you can have, which is basically fighting for survival in a war zone. It gives him a bit of, he can fulfill his ultimate purpose, and that. So please use the service as a show of solidarity to Viktor, and that. But also the service is absolutely good, fantastic as well. It was quick, it was efficient, even though there was obviously the war zone going on, and there was probably a bit more of a delay than usual. I'd still say it was a very quick and efficient service, considering anyway, irrespective of what was going on. So the fact that a war was probably slowing it down a little bit, I would say, shows how good the service actually is. In terms of the accuracy of the typing, I think he is pretty spot on. So for me, my typing was an ILIC, so an intuitive logical introvert of the creative subtype. So that's the critic. I can't remember what he's called. I can't remember the name for this creative subtype off the top of my head, but yeah, it's I think it's a very accurate typing. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm of the gamma quadra. I think it's also obvious that I am an intuitive thinker, and he was very quick to point that out in the report that I received. In terms of introvert or extrovert, I think it's obvious that I do have more of a introverted side to myself, and one of the big differences I think with the way Viktor does things compared to like other socionics, like the World Socionic Society, is there is more focus on creative energy, but also things like temperament, and stuff like that as well. So when I got typed in the World Socionic Society, I was an ally, the logical introvert, logical intuitive extrovert. It was noted that I was on the introverted scale in terms of like sociability and energy usage, but what was picked up upon was I was using a lot of what's called business logic or practical logic, like extroverted thinking, and that ultimately made the decision for like what tactic was to make it a dominant extroverted thinker, whereas I think with the way Viktor does things, he was looking at more of like how, when I like analyse stuff and how I look at events, even historical events, and looking at the external world, I'm more focused on like the development of events, of how, what, like his more introverted intuition, white intuition, or time, or telos, or whatever you want to call it, combined with what introverted thinking, which is what essentially the creative function. I apologise if I got the terminology wrong. The creative function that goes along with it in terms of the ILI, whereas in the WSS, extrovert thinking is the creative. Yeah, there are some differences there. I think the ILI, I think if you're basing it on temperaments, is definitely the most accurate typing, and I think he's fairly quick and to the point, and that. So yeah, I will definitely wholeheartedly recommend it. I think it will be very accurate. So I'm not just recommending it out of solidarity for what's going on in Ukraine, but I think if you are having doubts, A, you shouldn't have any doubts based on the quality of the service, and two, if you're still unsure or for whatever reason, just do it anyway. Just show some solidarity, and you'll see the results, and you won't regret it. So thank you very much, Victor. I think it was fantastic. I don't know if this is exactly what you wanted in terms of feedback, but this is what I agreed. Thank you very much. Keep it up and stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye.